Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sailing Yabá, where MP and myself have recently launched this boat and are doing our best to get sailing soon. Those of you who are already watching us, you guys know that we are adapting to this new lifestyle of living on board and building this boat to go and get sailing. And I promise you guys, getting those sails up is our main objective. In order to do so though, there are a few jobs that are coming first, which we are working on right now. And of course, there are the unexpected jobs that jump into our to-do list, and that is just part of being and living on a boat. All we want to do for ourselves and for you guys who've been supporting us for so many years, if you've been following our journey, is to get those sails up and get sailing and traveling the world. And this episode is just a small part of getting that done. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we really hope you enjoy. I Sikaflexed all this in the middle of the night because it was dripping so much. The amount of rot that was in this window from, I don't know, it was silicone. Silicone was used to shut this. This is the old window, by the way. The new windows are those three over there. Now I'm gonna literally remove these little slats over here. The last ones, cut a nice piece of ash wood to fill this part over here, glue it with epoxy so there's no water gonna get in there. Make sure all the holes are shut, and then I'm going to install the window again with the framing and Sikaflex. Corner piece. Bound to happen. There. Can you go inside and push the window out? Yeah. Keep going. Hello!
This is actually nice! Hello!
Should we have it opening like this? That would be quite cool. Should I just put it in place for now so it won't leak, and then we can think about that in the future? Okay. Now I've got some slightly thickened epoxy resin, mixed with some sawdust to make it brownish.
So this is the one window we didn't redo.
And the other one, but the other one's not leaking. Now it's time to place it. Now the only thing to do is wait, let it cure, and have a bit of lunch. Have a lot of lunch. One of the biggest challenges we face while working on the boat at the anchorage can be the merciless weather. At the shipyard, no matter what the storm, we could always just scurry into the workshop and keep the work going. But here at the anchorage, we are at the mercy of the elements. When the skies start darkening and the winds start howling, we are forced to stop our work until the weather is fair again. So rain, wind, or blistering sun, our progress can always be brought to a standstill. Wind has picked up loads and it's supposed to rain and it's getting dark. So I'm just gonna cut those little fillets that are gonna hold the window in place. Either way, I'm gonna make it waterproof today, but I'm gonna try and get those finishing touches over the top of it with a bunch of Sika. Let's see, we'll do that before that sun sets. getting very dark and I don't want to be messing up any of this, especially you can see how that can go wrong very fast in this wind, in the dark. But now I just want to make sure this doesn't come out anymore, so I'm just going to nail these in and I'll see you at the bow for what I think is a very, very important thing to do. I just hope that's not going to be a pain to remove. I'm going to go to the bow because we do have anchor chain out and we have our bruise anchor. However, we do have a spare anchor, which here is called the Mexican, but it's a spare anchor which we could use if we wanted to, but it's really not easy because that 200 meters of anchor rope is just on that deck right now, and in an emergency it'll just be stressful. So just in case, we're probably not going to need it tonight, but I'm just thinking what are the worst case scenarios, and the worst case scenario is needing it. So I'm just going to set up that white anchor rope. I'm going to go head over there now and make that all nice and organized. All the fishing boats, so 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know if there'll be more later, they've all come to shelter here as well. I think it's, what is it, a southern wind, and we are sheltered here, so we do get the wind but not the waves. And look at this mess over here. All this is going to be flaked right now. Dragging out, and it's looking very, very nice so far. One day this deck is going to be beautiful, clear, lines where they need to be, no mess, but for now it is a build. I am afraid. Count to 200 with me and we'll get to the end. This is how fancy our equipment is. For now it's a handheld. This is definitely not going to be the last solution because I thought it was going to look a lot smaller. However, I know now that one end is fastened onto the anchor, the other end, well, that anchor is fastened on some belaying pins for now, the other end is fastened onto the boat, and now I can easily connect it to here if I need to and lower it slowly and safely. Beautiful. I think for now the anchor app, how is it looking? Ow. Is showing that we're holding very, very nicely. Everything held super nicely with the storm, didn't have to come up front. Technically storm is 8 before, I think we got up to 6, maybe 7. The bay is emptying out loads, all the fishing vessels have gone back fishing. All I want to do, get on the kayak, bring the dogs and go walk along those rocks over there. But it's really easy to not do anything while we're on the water. We're far away from all the shops, so everything is a lot harder, but I do not regret it because kind of having the workplace at home is so nice because you can kind of choose when to take your breaks and what you do on your breaks, and also you have everything so close, the fridge and everything, but it does slow things down a little bit. So without further ado, let's get finished. That thing is something we look at every day, and it's not really an eyesore, but it's like, oh, it's so close to being finished, and Peach took on the job of doing that today. is so easy to lose track of all the jobs we're doing on this boat. So when the moment arises, when we can head back to something we started, we do it so we can keep that checklist in check. All the pieces that we need for this window are here, and of course the old frames. I do way prefer how Nezo did it on these windows, which just consist of the window and 4 of the frame pieces to hold it in place. This one, I mean, I'm just going to do it how it was. It's, you put the window in and you have these 8 pieces, which I am going to glue together with Sika between the wood and the window. And then when that's done and cured and dried, I'm going to sand it nice and flush. And then I'm going to add these on top. This is the messy work, let's go. I'm gonna let this dry a bit. I'm gonna clean up these little finishing, these nice thingies, and I'll stick them on here. Well, I have to sand this back because I left them quite thick. Sand all this back nice and flush and then put them on. Now there's a million things to do on the boat, but I want to do step by step, and I don't want to move over to the next thing until the windows are finished. So what I've done while that is drying, it still is drying, the Sika. You can see here, water used to come down, pretend this screw is water, and it would just get caught here. See, and it just get caught. So what I did, I got a grinder, and now when water runs down this one, it just falls down. So I've made this level instead of point upwards like that and cause a cavity. Done it on the 2 outside windows. I stopped because I was making a mess of the Sika over here with all the sawdust. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is go fishing. Now, I used to fish a lot when I was little. I don't really know much about it. I've been catching the occasional fish. And we have actually eaten 2 fish that we have caught. I don't know what to do with them usually. So let's find out what we can do for the Sika dries. Ah! You saw that. And feed. Hey, they're teasing me. You fish, you're lucky.
Am I gonna be lucky?
You go tuk tuk. And wait. Tuk tuk. And wait. And then you just wait along. Massive! There we go. It's a beautiful fish. You can go back. Hey, you can eat now. Just not my fish.
Probably the most important task of the whole list.
Just put it back till I catch another one.
So you can continue fishing instead of working? No. Done.
Time to make this window look mwah. I'm also going to work a tiny bit on them just to make sure they don't leak in the future. But what's all this about?
We are going for a ride.
You say I should journal every
Look at him.
day, but I don't. You say if I write things down, then I'll know myself better.
Hey.
But I probably won't. I know that there is something I should do to be a healthy human. That's what I wanna do, but I don't think I know how. Can
Have a
you
good walk.
show me? Can
Bye.
you show me? I promise I'll listen this time. I promise I'll listen. But every time you try to give me advice, I resist. 'Cause feels like you're squelching my right to do dumb shit if I wanna. But that's not really what I wanna do. It's the principle that matters.
Hey! Ooh, that wasn't smooth.
At least that's what I tell myself.
Here you go, Licky.
What I really needed. Just baby, tell me what I'm supposed to do to be a healthy human. That's what
It's not that hard, is it, people?
I think I know how. Can you show me? Can you show me? I promise I'll listen. I promise I'll
No. Let go. Come on, Caillou. Gosh. Where's Caillou going? Come on. Why did you run away? I mean, swim away. Oh, cool. Oh, I just saw a turtle. We're very far away. Let's save the turtles. Oh, Caillou. You're going after a turtle! Oh my gosh! Let's find him on the kayak, okay? You stay. Our Leek is shaking, but she wasn't in the water, only Caillou. That made no sense, Leaky. Okay, Caillou, you stay, okay? And Leaky, good girl.
Last step is to fit these beautiful frames on. I cannot tell you how happy I am to have this finished. I think now the time has officially come for us to start working on things that are going to get us further and further away on our journey. I'd still like to do the bathroom though. It's quite handy to have a toilet. Shower I'm okay with. We've got one of those camping showers that you just hang up. Fill up. We usually just fill it with rainwater. I've just been waiting to get this done for so long, except the rain has been such a pain. No matter what job we have next, I cannot wait to get sailing. I just need to get up that mast, take down one of the backstay mount at the top, fix it, bring it up again, tension all the stays, go and get the sails, which are in storage right now, and put them up. And I cannot wait to literally have that moment where we just leave the bait just enough to hoist those sails and turn the engine off. Stay with me because there's a few more things we have to do here first, but the horizon is calling us. So I was just leaving the boat to go and fill up the water, and our neighbor called, a little shrimping boat over there. So we went over, well, I went over and thought he wanted a lift. And it turns out he's someone we know from the shipyard, or at least the shipyard next to us. And he said, come back after you've got some water so I can give you some shrimp. But I literally just thought he wanted a lift, so how good karma is that? So I went there, got a small, tiny little part, because it's like, don't need much. And he was like, what? Go and get a bucket, you're crazy. So I went to get this, and he gave me, how much? You've got a weighing scale there, past that. Excluding these ones over here, which I'm busy cleaning, we have, this is to measure the massive tuna that I always catch, you know. Let's say 3.6 kilos of shrimp, plus this maybe almost 4 kilos of shrimp. So it's super cool. He gave me the tip of removing the head of the shrimp to not let it go black. So I'm removing the heads. Some of it's going in the freezer, some of it's going in our dinner, some of it's going in our lunch tomorrow, and the rest we'll keep in the fridge. But yeah, it might take a while, so I'm going to put on
There
some
he
music.
is, right behind you. You can say
yeah.
thank you. Thank you, friend.
Thank you, Gino. 500 here in the box, and the little one said, remove my head, remove my head. So I removed his head and throw it out the boat. There are 499 shrimp in the bucket, and the little one said, remove my head. We are not a sailing cooking show, but I want to show that we've got one Tupperware for freezer, one for fridge, and there was like some tiny shrimp left in there, along with the squid, which I'm going to use as bait. Now, MP did an amazing job turning today's catch literally into, what would you call it? A shrimp vegetable improvised curry, because before having these shrimp, we had no idea what we were going to eat tonight. And look at this. We just want to take a moment to reflect on our first few weeks here at Anchorage after launching our boat following a 3-year rebuild. It has been an incredible journey getting to this point, and while adapting to this new lifestyle has its challenges, we're genuinely happy with our progress. The transition from land life to life on the water isn't always smooth sailing, but each day brings new adventures and learning experiences. We're excited to continue exploring, growing, and sharing our experiences with you. We are immensely grateful for everyone who has stuck with us and continues to follow our journey. Your support and encouragement means the world to us and motivates us to keep pushing forward. And a special thank you to Davina, Hans, and Citizen 127 for joining us on Patreon, and you guys who have been supporting us through PayPal and also the super thanks. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, you guys are the best. See you guys next week with a new episode.